Welcome back to Love Notes, your Friday night ritual inside the Passion Zone. I'm Allie Theiss. I'm your host, and February asked us to look at love a bit differently. We talked about Valentine's Day and a calm love versus chaotic love, and tonight we're going a bit deeper. It's about, not pretending. Who Who wants to pretend in a relationship? I think we've covered this once before, but I talked to a few people today, and it is amazing how much uh, people still pretend in a relationship. I mean, pretend. How can you keep up that persona? I don't know. And have the energy and to move forward with every day not being who you are. And being this completely fake person in front of you. But we're talking about the moment when that edited version of yourself can't keep up anymore, right? Um, oh, there's some auto posting. I don't know what this is. Speaking, I'm sitting there. What is this thing that just popped up on what is it called, TikTok? Post while it's fresh. All right, we'll post it. I don't know what that means. It interrupts me as I'm talking. Come on, TikTok. Trying to do my best here. Now, the moment when you stop trying to say the right thing, look the right way, or have things appear a bit easier, right? Be a bit easier than what they actually are. Well, relationships start with a performance. They tend to go downhill pretty fast. Um, because nothing you can't sustain that much, right? When you're trying to be somebody else, you can't keep up with the lying, you can't keep up with the manipulation, you can't keep up editing who you are, right? Because when you're doing this, you're editing your stories, you're softening who you are, you hide parts that feel complicated, and you present the version of yourself that you believe will be accepted by the other person. But real intimacy cannot grow through editing. It can't. Real intimacy begins the moment truth becomes more important than somebody's approval. I know. I know. Just thinking about that moment can feel very terrifying, right? But honesty, right? It does introduce a little bit of risk. When you reveal your real thoughts and your fears and your uncertainties, you no longer control the outcome. You don't know how they're going to react. But honesty also introduces something powerful, clarity. And clarity is where real love begins. Tonight, we explore the moment when your mask could slip and love either deepens or it reveals its limits. The poem tonight is Loving the Unfinished Version, which is The Truth About Magic by Atticus. Hopefully, I said that right. Love me without the mask, without the rehearsed lines, without the careful edits. Ooh. If you love somebody without all of that, that's real love because you're not pretending. You're not pretending you're somebody else. They're not pretending they're somebody else, right? And the poem goes on a bit more. It says, Love me when I am unfinished, where my voice shakes, where my certainty falters. Love me before the polish, before the armor, before the story improves. So love me exactly the way I am. Simple as that. But although it does sound simple, it's not necessarily simple, right? Because most people believe love requires a perfected version of themselves. But perfection It's not intimacy. Perfection is a presentation, it's a show. Intimacy lives in the unfinished parts, in the messy conversations, in the moments where you admit that you don't know what you're doing, right? The times when you show someone the parts of yourself that haven't been resolved yet. That is where real love grows. Because the courage to be seen without polish invites the other person to do the same, right? And that's how emotional closeness begins. Yes. I've had plenty of people ask me, why do you do love notes? Because it doesn't really directly involve anything that you currently do. Um, Although I do talk about intimacy quite a bit, and I do talk about soulmates quite a bit. But as a whole, Love Notes doesn't really plug into any direct business of mine. I do it because I think the world needs more love. I think we need to talk about it more. I think we need to honor it more. And I think we need to go forth and truly not only love ourselves, but to love humankind. Love will always be stronger than hate, but hate always seems to be a bit more organized. So, love is messy, but it is necessary. Okay? So, let's go forth to our first dedication of the evening. This comes from Hannah. She lives in Portland, Oregon. And they write, "The night I told you the truth about my fears, I expected you to to leave. Instead, uh, surprising me, you stayed. And that's when I knew that you were the real deal." And they want me to play "I Won't Give Up" by Jason Mraz. I think someone's asked for this song before. So let's see. That's actually a pretty good song. "I Won't Give Up" by Jason Mraz. And this song captures a kind of devotion that feels steady, quite frankly, instead of dramatic. It's not about grand declarations, it's really about patience. The willingness to stay present when someone reveals their uncertainty. Many people fear honesty because they do believe it'll drive others away. Sometimes it does. Doesn't always go like we want it to. But when honesty strengthens a connection, something shifts permanently. The relationship becomes, well, feels more real, not idealized, not perfect, but real. And at the end of the day, isn't that what we're all looking for, right? A real love? I think so. That's just my 2 cents. But seeing that I talk to dozens of singles and couples all week long, um, I think I'm pretty qualified to say that's what we're looking for: real love and deep intimacy. Which brings us to the romance book spotlight of the week. This is called Beach Read. Yeah, it was published back in 2020 during COVID, wonderful COVID. Um, This novel explores emotional honesty through two writers who challenge each other to step outside their defensive patterns. Both characters arrive carrying grief, disappointment, and, well, very complicated histories. The relationship evolves not because they pretend to be perfect, but because they slowly allow themselves to be seen. Trust is built through honesty, and one of the most romantic aspects of the story is how vulnerability unfolds gradually, which it does in real life, right? And honesty is what makes the connection meaningful. Yes. So I'm pretty sure it's on Amazon, and it is via Kindle. So if you read it, let me know if you enjoy it. I know I liked it back when I read it. Did a lot of reading during COVID. A lot of reading. Um, as I'm sure most people did, reading, game playing, movie watching, streaming as much as we possibly could. Which brings us up here to dedication number 2 of the evening. I know, we're just moving right along. And this is from Miguel in Miami. I stopped pretending to be tougher than I am. Why? Because you saw trust. Perfect. And they want me to play Let Her Go by Passenger. And I don't think I've ever heard this song before. At least it's not ringing any tunes yet, but let's find out. Recognizing repeat songs. People must listen to this and uh, want to play the song again. I, I don't know. Yes. Boy, oh boy. This brings back memories, you two. All the way back to the University of Akron. What a good time we had. What a good time indeed. Yay. All right. So, many people grow up believing emotional openness can be dangerous. And it's usually men that are directed that being emotionally open is dangerous, but I tend to think that most people are brought up to think that. I don't know very many females who are that open as well. We can't pin it all on men. Um, me, not so much. It takes a lot of prying to get anything emotional out of me. Um, but I think we should teach people to be more emotionally healthy, right? Um, because people are taught, hey, be strong and certain and unbothered. That makes you look good. It really doesn't. Emotional intimacy, um, it requires honesty, which is what I started talking about tonight. It has you admit when you're scared, when you're uncertain, when you need support, right? And when someone reveals their vulnerability, they are offering somebody trust. The question then becomes, so what happens next, right? If that vulnerability is respected, the relationship grows stronger. If it's dismissed, well, the connection weakens. There's no other way around it. Um, I just think it's important for people, and this has been a lifelong thing for yours truly, working on it. I think I used to be really emotionally open, all right, to being, having emotional intimacy with other people, with friends, and whatnot. And my very cynical self, because I'll be 59 this year, has dampened that. But I am working. I'm always working on myself. I think I can be improved upon a lot. Um, Trying to get that back open again to where it once was. Because I kind of liked me then. I like me now, don't get me wrong, but I also liked me back then. Which brings us up to tonight's desire drop. And we're going to talk about authenticity creates attraction, because it really does. Attraction is often believed to be, well, just about appearance, chemistry, or the pure adrenaline of excitement. But lasting attraction operates quite differently. Authenticity creates emotional gravity. When someone shows up as their real self without performance or manipulation, something shifts. The energy becomes more grounded, and grounded energy creates safety, and safety allows attraction to deepen, right? So you want to ask yourself, if you're in a relationship, am I being the real version of myself in love? Or am I presenting a curated version designed to be accepted? Desire cannot attach itself to a mask, it attaches to truth. So it gives you something to think about. The next time, if you're in a relationship, ask yourself that question. If you're not in a relationship right now, but you're hoping to be in one, when you do meet somebody, ask yourself this. All right. Um, it's important that the person you're with sees the real you and that you see the real them. Just my 2 cents. But I've been around the block a time or two. So I tend to know what I'm talking about in this realm. Which brings us to the third dedication of the evening. And this is from Claire. Claire, she's checking in from Chicago. And she says, I stopped pretending I was fine when I wasn't. And I was really surprised you stayed. And the song they would like me to play is Fix You by Coldplay. Now, I'm pretty sure we've had this song as well. This seems to be a night of repeats, but that's okay. These are good songs. That was Fix You by Coldplay. And there are moments in relationships when honesty arrives suddenly. Hmm. A difficult day, maybe, a moment of vulnerability, a confession you could have been holding back. Those moments, well, they're turning points because reaction determines the future of the connection. When someone stays present during your hardest truth, something powerful happens. Trust deepens, and trust allows intimacy to expand. Yes, it does. Which brings us to the soulful connection part of the evening. Dum 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 dum. Um, Tonight's soulful connection is all about truth as a frequency, and authenticity functions like a frequency. It does. Pretending or editing creates energetic static. When someone performs a role, their energy becomes inconsistent. But when someone speaks honestly and shows up as their real self, their energy stabilizes. Authenticity creates alignment, and alignment allows two people to recognize each other clearly. This is why many soul connections deepen rapidly once honesty appears. And with a soul connection, it's much easier to be honest with one another. But masks also fall away during that time, and what remains is the resonance between the two of you. Two people who can meet without putting on a performance. Think of that. Now, we're going to do truth as a frequency, and I found some crystal bowl um, sounds that I'm hoping to put in the background. I'm going to try to lower the sound of the crystal bowl. So let me see if I can lower that down to here. Hopefully you can still hear me okay. I gotta sneeze. I better sneeze before I start doing the visualization. Where's it at? I even stopped so I could sneeze. And it has disappeared. Of course it has. But the visualization tonight is about truth as a frequency. Okay? And we're going to go to the Crystal Castle in the Clouds because that's one of my favorite places. I mean, who doesn't want to visit that place? Huh? Sounds pretty cool. So let us hit the crystal bowl and see how that sounds. Can we hear it at all? No, we can't hear it. Can you guys hear it? It's very low. There it is. Okay, so it works. All right, guys, we're going to leave that go. Hopefully, I'll pay attention to that. So, why don't we all begin by settling into a comfortable position? And you want to allow your body to rest fully. There's nothing that needs to be done right now and nowhere you need to go to. Simply allow yourself to listen and relax. Let's take a slow breath in through your nose. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold for a minute and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Again, let's breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold and exhale. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let your breath become soft and effortless. As you continue to breathe naturally, begin to notice how your body already knows how to relax. You don't have to force relaxation, you simply allow it. And the body begins to soften all on its own. Bring your awareness to the muscles around your eyes. Let them soften. Let the tiny muscles behind the eyes relax. When the eyes relax deeply, the mind naturally begins to quiet. Now allow that relaxation to drift slowly down through your face, through your jaw, and into your neck. Your shoulders gently drop, heavy, loose, comfortable. Now imagine a warm wave of relaxation slowly flowing from the top of your head down through your body, like warm light pouring gently downward, relaxing, softening, releasing. Flowing through your shoulders, down through your arms, into your hands. Your fingers relax. Your hands feel warm, loose, and still. The wave continues moving downward through your chest, your stomach, your lower back, every muscle unwinding. The relaxation continues flowing through your hips, down your legs, into your knees, your calves, your ankles, and finally your feet. Your entire body now resting in a deep calm. Now imagine you are standing at the top of a soft spiral staircase made of glowing crystal. Each step leads deeper into a peaceful awareness. With every step down, your mind becomes quieter, your body becomes more relaxed, your awareness more open. I will gently count down from 10 to 1, and with each number, you drift deeper into a calm, peaceful state. 10, stepping down, feeling safe and relaxed. 9, your mind becoming quieter. 8, your body heavier, more comfortable. 7, drifting deeper inward. 6, thoughts slowing, becoming softer. 5, halfway down now, floating deeper into calm. 4, your awareness opening like a quiet sky. 3, peaceful spreading through your body. 2, almost at the bottom. 1, deep calm, deep stillness, deep presence. Now, in this deeply relaxed state, imagine yourself floating gently upward through soft, luminous clouds, weightless, peaceful, calm. Above the clouds, a magnificent sight appears before you. A vast castle made entirely of living crystal, floating in the sky. It towers, shimmer with light. Rainbow prisms sparkle across the clouds. The castle radiates a soft harmonic hum, a vibration you can feel more than hear. This is the Crystal Castle of Truth. As you drift closer, a crystal bridge appears before you. It glows softly beneath your feet. You step forward. Each step produces a gentle musical tone. And that just interrupted everything. Oh. Crystal Bridge appears before you. It glows softly beneath your feet. You step forward. Each step produces a gentle musical tone, like crystal singing bowls resonating through the air. With every step, you feel something inside you becoming clearer, calmer, more aligned, because this place responds only to truth frequency, and your presence activates it. You enter the great hall of the castle. Crystal pillars rise into the glowing sky. Soft tones echo through the air, each vibration pure and harmonious. As you walk forward, you realize something extraordinary. The sound is responding to you, your thoughts, your energy, your truth. In the center of the hall floats a radiant crystal sphere. It pulses gently, like a living star. You approach it slowly. The sphere begins to glow brighter, recognizing your presence. Because this sphere holds a resonance of your authentic frequency. Now gently place your hands upon the crystal and notice what happens. The crystal begins to hum. A pure, clear tone fills the hall, and that tone is your truth frequency, the vibration of your authentic voice, your inner knowing, your natural alignment. You begin to realize something powerful. Truth is not something you force. Truth is something you resonate, like a tuning fork vibrating with clarity. When you allow yourself to live authentically, that frequency becomes stronger, clearer, more powerful. Feel the vibration flowing through your hands, up your arms, into your chest, into your heart. Your entire body now resonating with this clear frequency. Every doubt dissolves in this vibration. Every comparison fades away because frequency does not compete, it simply resonates. Now the crystal sphere begins to transform. It becomes a glowing crystal of light. Small enough to hold, you lift it gently and place it over your heart. The crystal dissolves into warm, radiant light. Your heart now holding your truth frequency, always present, always accessible. Whenever you speak authenticity, whenever you create honestly, whenever you trust your inner knowing, this crystal vibrates, guiding you, aligning you, strengthening your presence. Allow this frequency to expand now, radiating outward from your heart through your entire body into the world around you. Calm, clear, confident. Now the crystal castle slowly begins to fade back into the clouds, but the light within your heart remains. Your truth frequency is always with you, always available, always guiding you. In a moment, I will count from 1 to 5, and as I do, you will gently return to a waking awareness, feeling calm, clear, and aligned. 1, becoming aware of your body again. 2, feeling the surface beneath you. 3, slowly bringing energy back into your arms and into your legs. 4, taking a deeper breath. 5, gently opening your eyes when ready. You return calm, grounded, and connected to the frequency of truth. And that is tonight's visualization. I hope you enjoyed it. I did. I enjoyed writing it. I did not enjoy the crystal bowl thing going into the next song. But just got to practice. Oh, thank you. Thank you for the hand heart. Do, do, do. Um, got to practice doing it. The more I practice, the better I'm going to get at it. That's how this stuff works. So, moving on to the romantic movie spotlight, Before Sunrise. And this film captures a type of intimacy that can feel, well, kind of rare. Two strangers meet on a train and spend a night walking through Vienna, talking openly about life, dreams, fears, and relationships. What makes the story so compelling is the absence of performance. There's no dramatic gestures, there's just curiosity and presence and emotional honesty. The connection grows because both people choose to be real. Imagine that. Which brings us to our last dedication of the evening, dedication number 4, Naomi in Toronto. And don't forget, guys, if you want to do your dedication for next week, if you're listening to the podcast version, the link is below in the show's notes. If you're listening to me live here on TikTok, go to my um, link in the profile. That'll take you to the Etsy page. And from the Etsy page, you can get to the dedication page. Or you can go to the Passion Zone, click on Love Notes, or you can go to Love Notes Unscripted on Substack and enter there. So there are plenty of ways for you to send in your dedication for your loved one. And with this last one, Naomi says, "You said you didn't want perfection, that you just wanted me for who I am. Well, here I am." And we have had this song before as well. She requested All of Me by John Legend. So, since that song was wanted to play so much in the previous meditation, well, we had that song before, but that's a good one. All of Me, John Legend. That's One of the reasons it's, one of the most requested songs at weddings. Yes, indeed. And the most powerful relationships are not built on perfection, they're built on acceptance. Acceptance of your strengths, acceptance of your imperfections, acceptance of growth. When somebody says they want all of you, not the polished version, not the edited version, but the whole person, intimacy reaches a whole new level because love that accepts truth creates freedom, freedom to grow, freedom to evolve, and freedom to be seen. And here we are at the end, everyone. Love deepens the moment pretending ends, when the polished stories disappear, when the rehearsed lines fade, when truth becomes safe. That is where intimacy begins. And intimacy is where real love lives. I'd like to thank you for spending this hour with me, and I'll see you next Friday where love continues to reveal itself here on Love Notes.